So new permitted development rights take effect from 1st of August 2021. I'm talking Class MA, they're an absolute game changer, and savvy property investors in the know will be able to profit big time. I'm going to take you through what these changes are about and some of the ways you can capitalize on the opportunities they present. My name is Ranjan Bhattacharya. I've been investing and developing properties for 30 years. I've been doing commercial property for the last 20 years. You may have seen me on the hit Sky TV show Property Elevator, or you may have attended one of our property networking events in central London. In this video, I'm very excited to talk about the new Class MA permitted development rights. These, out of all the permitted development rights I've seen to date, these offer savvy property entrepreneurs the most tremendous opportunities to profit from the wonderful world of commercial property. And in a nutshell, what they allow you to do is convert commercial space into residential space. Why does that work so well? Well, quite simply, commercial space per square foot is valued far less than residential space per square foot. Often residential space per square foot is valued at 3 or 4 times more than commercial space per square foot. So if you can simply convert commercial to residential, you gain a massive uplift in value of your property. What stops you from doing that? Well, it's normally those pesky Jobsworths in the council's planning department. But guess what? Permitted development rights allow you to do these things without those Jobsworth at the local planning department sticking their beaks in. The planning system in the UK is slow, and that's why these permitted development rights exist, to basically give property entrepreneurs a checklist of criteria that if they follow, if the site actually ticks those boxes, you will be given permission or you will be allowed to convert those properties to residential use. So let's dive into what this Class MA permitted development right is all about. Well, a bit of background first of all. September the 1st, 2020, the government changed the way commercial properties are categorised. They introduced a new usage class called Class E. I did a video on this and you can click on that and watch that later. Watch that later, but watch this first though. But basically, Class E encompasses a whole bunch of different usages. Things like shops and banks and estate agents, restaurants, offices, gyms, kids' nurseries, GP surgeries. All these usage classes are now under this umbrella of Class E. So you can change a commercial property from any usage within Class E to any other. So a bank can become a restaurant can become a GP surgery, or anything you like. As long as it's within Class E, it can be repurposed to another Class E usage. So that gives you tremendous opportunity to repurpose commercial properties for other commercial uses. But what we're going to talk about is what they've just introduced, which is Class MA. This allows you to take any property within usage Class E and convert it either fully or partially to residential use. So what does Class MA actually mean? Well, it stands for converting mercantile to abode. It must be someone with a Latin degree or something who decided to name that, but that's the name we've got, Class MA. And it allows you to convert any of these Class E buildings into residential use. So what are some of the ifs and buts? Well, you can now convert up to 1,500 square meters of space to residential use. So that are building sizes in old money up to about 16,000 square foot. You're allowed to do this even in conservation areas. There are no dwelling mix considerations. Now, often when you go for full planning permission, the planning authorities will make you build a dwelling mix. So they'll say, we want some 3-bedroom flats, some 2 bedrooms, some 1 bedrooms. Under permitted development, if you want to build all 1 bedrooms or all studio apartments, you can do so. That's your choice. It's up to you as the entrepreneur to determine what your end market actually wants. It's subject to a minimum space standards, so each unit that you create under permitted development will need to be 37 square meters. Of course, you're not building broom club cupboards. All habitable rooms, meaning bedrooms and lounges, will have to have natural light. And because they're allowing this in conservation areas, all your conversion must be done within the existing building envelope. In other words, no external alterations will be permitted under this permitted development right. So if you want to punch in additional windows and doors, you'd have to do that via a separate planning application. Now, there are some ifs and buts. These are conditions that were carried over pretty much from previous permitted developments. You won't be able to do this with listed buildings. They will assess transport impact of your scheme. They will be looking at the impact of neighbouring commercial properties, the noise they will make, and how that may affect your future residential occupiers. If you are converting an NHS registered property like a GP surgery and the like, or a registered kids nursery into residential use, you will have to demonstrate that there's no need or requirement or demand for that building in that area before you can convert. And one of the interesting things about this PD, particularly with shops and uppers, is that if it's not a conservation area, you can actually convert the whole of the retail space, yes, the whole of the retail space, into residential use under permitted development. Now, except where it's a conservation area. If it's a conservation area, then they will be looking to do an impact assessment to see how the loss of a ground floor retail unit will affect the overall vibe, if you like, of the conservation area. But that's easy to work around if you know how. Now, this Class MA is very, very exciting in terms of the opportunities that it gives savvy property entrepreneurs. The reason this is so great is because what they've done is they've drafted one set of legislation, if you like, to affect so many different property types. And it's very, very hard to come up with one piece of legislation that really caters to all these property types properly. And that gives rise to plenty of opportunities, and particularly for first movers who get to grips with what you can and can't do under Class MA, to seek out these opportunities and dive in and profit before the market gets fully aware of what's possible and what is not possible. Now, to help you out with all of that, I've prepared 90 minutes of free training to get you up to speed with what you can and can't do with Class MA and some of the unique opportunities of commercial property. I'll also share with you some real life case studies to bring the whole thing into reality, and share with you some immediate steps that you should be taking right now in preparation for 1st of August when Class MA takes effect. Join me for 90 minutes of training on Class MA and commercial property opportunities. Register for free at property-workshop.com. See you guys in the next video.